My name is Gugulethu Skwatsha. I go by Thando Skwatscha, and I am from Cape Town, Gugulethu, in South Africa. The closest memory that comes to mind of me being recognized as somewhat having pipes happened when I was very young. It was a very warm, sunny December in South Africa, as it typically is. And it was on the way back from the beach, I think. And we were in the car with friends and family. And that time, it was Ringo Madlingo's album playing. And I was singing along. And people in the car heard like, "Hi man, Aibo, Thando." And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then, of course, I heard all of that because I've got ears. And that's the first movie that comes to mind of being acknowledged as a good vocalist. There were plenty of times at school, I just can't remember them. This is the first one that came to mind. Oh, what inspires me about African music, a whole lot. The diversity, the culture, the intricate intimacy it sometimes possesses, and most importantly, the people who make it inspire me a lot. I really love African music. I love African choir music. I love African traditional music. I love African music. When did I decide to make vernacular music and why? I didn't decide to make vernacular music, guys. It sort of just happened. We were in the studio and it fell off quite naturally, I must say, because it comes naturally. I was literally in the booth and the first thing that came to mind was to sing in isiXhosa and in isiZulu. And that's how it happened. And here we are. Why? It's very personal. There's something about singing in your mother tongue that makes it so much scarier, but you know it's because it's a bigger picture than you. You're representing more than just yourself. It's a whole tribe and country of people. Did I plan on becoming a recording artist? No, I didn't plan on becoming a recording artist. It also sort of just happened. A lot of my things in my life just happen, guys. In 2018, I met the wonderful soul named Milan Rendell. And at the time, he had written a song and he was looking for a vocalist. And I had found out through a friend who was in the same class as me when I was at school that, "Hey man, I've got this producer who's looking for a vocalist and you can sing." Like, "Yeah, I can sing that." Cool, take his number. So we linked up, got into studio, and the rest, as they say, is history. I have no specific memory of me physically learning how to sing. Of course, I attended voice lessons forever and ever, but I attended a school in the Drakensberg called the Drakensberg Boys Choir School, and there is where I learned to master my musicianship skills as well as my vocal ability and take it that much further. Oh, a whole lot. On an international level, we have the likes of Jasmine Sullivan, we have the likes of the musical act Her, we have Kevin Garrett, who's a singer-songwriter. We have, of course, Beyonce Knowles. We have Brandy Norwood. To bring it quite closer to home and on a personal level, the likes of Shakana, I really look up vocally, as well as Loyiso, as well as Vusi Nova, Amanda Black. Those are just some names that pop up in my head when I think of very strong South African vocalists that I look up to. My partnership with emPawa means to me a whole lot because now I am based at home on the continent. I'm being welcomed back, and it means now I can take my musical journey just that step further into a broader scale where I'm connecting my South African heritage with other African heritages, such as the likes of people in Nigeria, the likes of people in Ghana, and it just really becoming a whole African community. And I really think that is a great opportunity to be trusted with. And I'm really thankful to emPawa for that. Meeting Mr Eazi was an incredibly surreal experience. I don't think I'll ever forget that. He walked into the room with his team, and obviously the whole room started acting accordingly because now main character. And he came in and he greeted everyone also graciously and so humbly. So I really have an enormous amount of respect for him. And he introduced me to the whole room. He knew who I was. He introduced me to the whole room. He said, "Hey guys, this is Thando from South Africa." And I got some goosebumps, even now I'm getting some, at the time, because it was like such a big artist who's doing so much good. A lot of his work is in the lines of stuff that I want to do later in my career as well, more than just music. His philanthropy, his entrepreneurship skills, and so forth. So meeting him was a surreal experience, and I can't wait for the next one. On my journey with emPawa, I'm really looking forward to getting more on stage. It has been quite some time, given the pandemic and everything that's been going on. Doing more gigging, more live performances with live big bands, etc., etc. Being more intimate with the people who listen to and enjoy my music, and as well as connecting with everyone on a more personal and physical level. Really, really exciting for me. I cannot wait. In my music, I tell a variety of stories. Stories of African children growing up and playing in the playground. Stories of falling in love, stories of falling out of love, stories of heartbreak, stories of animals. It is a very, very intricate and complex creative process, but it's also incredibly enjoyable. So many. Guys, I've been performing for a while, child. But the one that comes closest to mind is performing with the KZN Philharmonic Orchestra. Something about performing with a full orchestra is phenomenal. I am going to do more of that. Insufficient friends. I'm sorry, I had to. Do you not know that video? Insufficient? Okay, sorry, yes? It sort of just happened. It fell off the bone like a T-bone steak that is, or shall I say oxtail? Yeah, like an oxtail. That because it's oxtail. Okay. Anyway, it fell.